セカンドギアサードギアフォースこれが俺の最高地点だ。これだギアフィフス俺のやりたかったこと全部できる。いけこのゴムの雷このゴムのギガント疲れた。上がれ心臓の音きたこの音を。俺が誰かモンキー D ルフィお前を超えて海賊王になる男だ。ゴムゴムのアジュランガガワンピースバウンティーラッシュ。
Alright guys, he's finally here, Gear 5 Luffy. So let's break down some of his skills. Let's see, his skill 1, it's called Gomu Gomu Lightning, has a cooldown of 28 seconds. This is all at skill level 5 by the way. It says it's a long range attack with a chance to shock enemies. If shock cannot be inflicted, then it will be knockback. And the attack ignores obstacles and he becomes temporarily invincible after use, which is pretty damn good. If we go to his second skill, it's called Gomu Gomu Bajrang Gun. He can only use it once when he spawns, kind of like how Zed has his skill. Let's see, and if you use it, it will change to the giant foot. Let's see what else. It's a long range attack with a knockback effect. Damage dealt will ignore the enemy's defense stats, which is actually kind of huge. It also ignores obstacles, which is good, and he also becomes invincible again after use. With invincible, I just mean like he can't be attacked. By the way, he doesn't actually go invincible. Alright, this skill cannot be used in some locations where there are obstacles overhead. Okay, I see. So think of like the one map with like the bridge over and there's like an objective underneath it, or the Barati ship, or if you're like underneath the top flag, you can't like use it, I'm guessing. Is it the same with the giant step? It doesn't say, no. So I think it's not the same for the giant step. Alright, his traits. So this Luffy can actually become every single type: a defender, an attacker, and a runner. If you guys don't understand yet, the way he works is if you're in your treasure area, then you automatically change to a defender. If you attack an enemy outside of your treasure area, then you become an attacker. But if you attack an enemy in your treasure area, you still stay a defender. You become a runner the moment you capture a flag. Like if you try to capture a flag, but if you want to stay a runner, then you have to like get out of the treasure area as soon as you can, because if you stay too long, you'll automatically change to defender and it will get rid of your runner traits. What else? His character traits. When you start refilling the treasure gauge, the class changes to defender. That's just what I said. Yeah, basically just a summary of what I said. His defender traits are pretty good. You basically get just 30% damage reduction. And when you are in your team's treasure area, your treasure gauge and the treasure gauge is 80% or more, you resist stagger and knockback, which is actually most of the time because you can go to 150, right? And this is actually pretty good. This is the skill that Big Mom has. It can ignore the enemy and refill the treasure gauge and recover the treasure gauge 50% past its maximum amount. So just like Big Mom and Blue EX Kaido. So that's pretty good actually. So you can just stay in your thing, it'll just keep refilling. Let's see the attacker traits. When in the area around your enemy's treasure, increase damage dealt by 30%. So basically just a 30% damage boost. And when your HP is more than 70%, resist stagger effects. Kind of okay. And then when using skill 2, your attack increased by 30% for 20 seconds. So that's another 30%. So that's 60% extra attack. That's good. All right, let's get to the runners. When your HP is 70% or more, increase capture speed by 50%. That's actually really good if you have like some medals with this as well. It will go super quick. And then when you're capturing a treasure, resist stagger and being downed. That's also pretty good. So basically you're guaranteed to capture that flag almost. We covered 30% of HP and reduce the cooldown time of skill 1 by 20%. That's actually really handy. Like I think that's one of my favorite traits to get like skill reduction. Okay, so that's all for the character traits. Now if we go to his ability, like his normal traits that he always has no matter if he's a runner, attacker, or defender, you got his first trait is when knocking back an enemy. This is actually kind of interesting. So he gets more, he like works on defense kind of. So it says here, when knocking back an enemy, increases defense by 20%, and you can increase it up to 70%, right? So you can get up to 70% extra defense, which will make you super tanky. You also get speed, by the way, which is a good bonus, but you get 70% extra defense boost. And when you're in a treasure area, reduce the damage received by 30% and increase damage dealt by 20. So keep in mind, when you have 30% damage reduction when you're in your treasure area and you're a defender, you get an extra damage reduction on top of that. So that's 60%, if I'm correct, if it was 30. And this is actually super good. This is the first character to have a attack hold. Like if you hold your attack button, you'll do a counter, which is like super good, and it knocks enemies back. So you can basically kind of farm your defense. And now the interesting bit is when you knock back an enemy, you recover 15% of your HP and reduce the cooldown of your skill 2 by 15%. And your skill 2 is like the giant step, right? So you can use your counter to knock people back when you're in your treasure area when they're trying to capture it. And then you can get more knockback and you heal 15%. And then if you do that a few times, your skill 2 is already back, and there you go. You can just kind of like, I don't know if it's super spammable. I guess we have to see actual, like, not gameplay, but like when it goes live, we just have to find out. And then when your HP is more than 50%, this is really good. Remove status effects and nullify status effect afflicted by the enemy. So basically when you're more than 50%, all the status effects go away. And when you are attacked by an enemy whose parameters are boosted, which is quite often nowadays, it removes status effects applied to enemy that buff target for a certain period of time. So if I'm reading this correctly, you remove their buffs if they attack you. It says remove status effects applied to the enemy that buff their target. So I'm guessing that means that you get rid of their parameters, but I could be wrong. Well, anyway, the next one is when his trait activates, it also nullifies status effects to the enemy. Yeah, see, so I was right. Yeah, I just had to read a little bit. Does not apply to invincibility, of course. Think of Sober Mask going invincible and stuff like that. And you also reduce the cooldown of your skill 2 again. So his skill 2 is going to be like, you can keep spamming it basically, which is like super like overpowered. Now his ability, this kind of a strategy, I guess, but it says Luffy can change to any class depending on his trait. Also, he has specific traits for each class, so it will be easier to protect, easier to go on offense, and easier to capture treasures. Holding down, okay, so we discussed this already, and this says Luffy becomes stronger as defense increases when he knocks back enemies. So basically, he can just knock people back all the time. Alright, so this is just a little rundown of his abilities, or like how to use them. I don't know how true this is yet, because you know it changes on your game and the characters and of course the opponents you have. But the invincible state is pretty good. The second attack is super big though, but like I said, I think we just have to get in game to see what happens with it. But yeah, so far it looks pretty good. He's gonna be released on the 23rd of this month, so that's Wednesday. We're gonna see, I think as soon as the two banner or two, I don't know how many bait banners there are now, but as soon as those banners disappear, these banners will come. So, well, this banner will come. So, still no Retsu Sanji, sadly. I've been waiting for him for a while now. But yeah, this is Gear 5 Luffy. I'm gonna summon him on Wednesday, so keep an eye out for that video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.